Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold them back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Heart, my body, soul.
Bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. It's hoodie season. Get yours now. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Jay, and we got another one. Guess what? I finally did it. I finally did what I was saying I was going to do. I got on the Anton Daniels after hour show. Went pretty good, went pretty well, you know. I don't know who got to watch it. I don't know who didn't get to watch it, but today we about to watch it together, and I'm about to break down a few things that I did say, I didn't say, things other people said. We're going to get into it. Let me see. Let me pull it up real quick. Boom. So we got Q, Anton, Jess been on there a lot. I've seen her on there a few times. Ty, I've seen him on there a few times. Carmen, I've seen her on there, I think once or twice. Everybody on the bottom, including myself, obviously, we are all, I think maybe Brittany might have been on there once also. I'm not sure, but I know Fitz, the Genius, and Tamara not. But let's get into it. Let's just start watching this thing.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Q&A show with Q and Anton. You guys hit the like button. It's free. I know we are on a different channel today, so make sure you share with your group chats, your people, them. Share it on your community wall on YouTube. And make sure you follow all the content creators that's on this panel tonight. Be nice, chat, but we do appreciate you guys tuning in this Monday with us on this beautiful day. I know football season has started, so thank you guys for being here.
Football season.
But a lot has
real
happened
talk,
this week.
I was watching the game low key while I was on there in the beginning, because it was Monday Night Football. You feel me? The first game, and I had a couple change on the game. I had a little change on the game, so had a vested interest, you know.
Yeah, but before we get into that, how are you guys doing on this panel today?
Good.
Pretty
good.
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
And I do appreciate all the new people that's here. Great. Okay, but make sure if you're wanting to join the panel, fellas, please be patient. Okay, I'm trickling new people in. Ladies, if you're wanting to join the panel, you guys have to hit me on my IG DM. Just say panel, and I will filter new men in due time. Okay. So with the little icebreaker, we're gonna start off. I don't know if you guys saw that clip that went viral of a stabbing on the bus. So we're gonna watch that little clip and then talk about it real quickly.
Authorities in North Carolina have released surveillance video of the unprovoked murder of a woman on a Charlotte commuter train.
There needs to be change.
We are not showing the attack, but moments after this video was taken, 23-year-old Irina Zarutska took a seat in front of the man on the right in the red hoodie and began scrolling on her phone. After a few minutes, police say the man identified as 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown took out a pocket knife, stood up, and stabbed Zarutska several times. Passengers rushed to help her, but it was too late.
Very alarming as a woman who rides solo. People have harassed other people. You can tell that they're probably not mentally well.
Brown was arrested after stepping off the train and faces first-degree murder charges.
I spoke to two women today about the long record of their accused attacks.
So he spliced two video clips together just so people don't get confused. That first incident happened in Charlotte, and this next incident is what was going on in Chicago. Because I think a lot of it was kind of confusing in the beginning, because it was like, wait, how the hell we get to Chicago? What we talking about? But it's two videos put together in this instance.
How we found for the last decade he repeatedly got arrested, prosecuted, had short or reduced sentences, and cases dropped. A revolving door that enabled him to be free to attack over and over again. You'll never forget that guy's face.
No. His eyes, his face, they're seared into my memory.
Ann Kearse says she identified this man, William Livingston, to police in a lineup after she was attacked in June in her Lincoln Park neighborhood along this stretch of Clark Street while she walked to a dental appointment.
He stood about this far from me and punched me and then kept walking north up.
In the last year alone, she is the fourth person to accuse Livingston of a physical attack. He was arrested 3 other times for striking 2 women and a 15-year-old girl.
What is going on in the air? Black men attacking women nowadays. But go ahead. Anybody want to jump in first?
That's a straight demon.
It's a what?
Demon.
Which one?
The attacker.
Both of them.
To stab somebody for no reason. Like that's
So
not even
should
like.
women be on the alert of attacks for men? Should we be scared? Should we keep an eye out regarding men in general?
I think you should always keep an eye out, be aware of your surroundings, but like, especially men if you're women. You know what I'm saying?
See, I hear the first point, but I'm kind of wanting to sit back in the cut. I just want to kind of hear a few more people's perspective for real. Like I don't want to just jump in head first and just smash my face into a wall. But so realistically in my mind, I'm thinking like, I understand where you coming from, but nah, bro. Nah, I think people just need to be more alert because anything can happen at any given time. It's not just about a person, it's about people in general. Because just an example of this whole just for an example, you walking across the street and a motherfucker hit you with a car. I mean, man or woman, that, you know what I'm saying? So I think you just need to be more alert. And that's my whole argument throughout this entire thing. Should women be more alert from attacks from men? No, I think women need to be more alert in general. I think people need to be more alert in general. But I'm gonna
How do y'all feel about the rash of the rash of attacks? Well, let me start off by saying this. There's always been a sentiment amongst women that say that they scared of men when it comes to men that's approaching them and that they deal with on a daily basis. Are women justified in saying that they fear men out and about in the wild on a regular basis, considering everything that's been going on with all of the attacks that's been happening?
In my opinion, no.
Why?
No, just because I think you have to approach people with good faith. And if you're too quick to judge a book by its cover, you may misjudge that person. So I think it's just important to be aware of your surroundings. And yeah, like women should be aware of both women and men because anybody can attack you. But that's just my thoughts.
I don't let my wife go out by herself at nighttime. I'm just being real. Like we live in a world now where it's so easy to be taken advantage of. And especially with women, I think that they have the false sense that everything's going to be safe and everything's going to be okay because of feminism. And now we're starting to see it that in broad daylight on a train or whatever, someone can get stabbed up and nobody on the bus does anything. That's what's really troublesome to me is nobody did anything. But
did you not hear the part where they
to caveat off of that? I think in most situations when a violent attack is happening, I don't think most people are doing anything. I don't think most people are willing to risk their life or their safety for someone else that they don't even know. Unless you know this person, you're not about to jump in the middle of this man swinging a knife wildly. The only thing you're going to do, hopefully you should have called 911 as soon as you seen it happening. But I can't imagine. I mean, it was a woman. I think it was a woman on the side beside her. I'm not sure it was a pretty bigger man behind him. But like in most cases, and not saying that it's right or wrong, But in most cases, people aren't risking their life for just some stranger. Not really. It just doesn't happen. It's more likely for a person to call police. Matter of fact, the Cincinnati event, when all those people was jumping on those other people, only one person called the police, and it's thousands of people in the street. Nobody even was trying to help those folks. They just watching and recording with their phone. Like, we in a civilization now where ain't nobody trying to be a hero. Being a hero comes with a cost, and sometimes folks ain't willing to pay that cost. That's just the fact. Fitz, I do like his perspective on that. Fitz had a lot of good things to say for sure, no cap. But at the end of the day, we gotta understand we in a different time. We not in the help a motherfucker era. If I don't know you, I'm not helping you. That's the typical mindset.
Said they did help, but at the same time, are you willing to put your life in danger? If somebody's stabbing somebody, are you finna jump in front of that knife?
Yeah, see,
I guess if we really care about Black women, yeah. Me personally, not, because I'm not gonna be on the train. I'm gonna be in my car.
Well, let's put it in perspective. They didn't help. It was somebody that tried to help the woman after, it was one person that tried to help the woman as far as whatever. When he was walking around the train and stuff, everybody was still minding their business and in their phone, and they wasn't paying no attention to what was going on or paying attention to anything that happened in the back of the train. I don't want to show the video, but it was blood all over the floor and everything like that, and everybody was still just kind of chilling. On to the next stop.
It's a bystander effect. Everybody know bystander effect? Everybody thinks that somebody else is going to do something, so you don't do anything.
I thought they said that people didn't even notice it until he started walking like in the car, and then blood was kind of like dripping, because they showed the video where blood was dripping, and that's when people noticed it. And then when they noticed the guy back to kind of help.
The fact that nobody got up and helped, that's the bystander effect. That's just a psyche. People think, oh, somebody got stabbed. Everybody else thinks that.
Oh, just so y'all know, because I just realized this is what happened at this point in time. I actually had a technical issue. That's why I'm still stuck looking the same position. Like I look like I've been sitting there froze for a minute. I literally just realized that that's what had happened. And I was over here trying to fiddle with my gadgets, trying to figure out like, why the heck, what's going on with my camera? Hold up. So it's going to end up cutting off, and I'm going to have to cut it back on. And I don't know when it happens, but it's in this area right here.
That somebody is going to stand up. So you just stand by and let somebody else do it. As far as the question where it goes, should be women in general be afraid to get out the house? That's unrealistic. I think that we should, everybody, regardless if you male or female, you should be aware of your surroundings, especially women. But in that situation, you're on a subway. You can't help where you are, and some psycho just attacked you. How can you prevent
All right,
that?
so I played two different clips. Right, the first clip was the woman that got stabbed on the train. The second clip was the woman that's getting punched out in Chicago. All right, just want to make sure that there's two different clips. So when y'all speaking to it, speak on both clips. Both of the people look the same.
Mm-hmm. Both of the people look the same. It's not but either both the clips show somebody in an environment that they can help in. The woman that got punched in the face in Chicago, she was just going to work. She was on the subway going to work. You can't help going to work. Some cycle came. The other clip was on a train. Both of the women were in normal places to work or to go about their business. They didn't put themselves in danger. They were just in a place in time where, unfortunately, that happened to them.
And that's why I asked the question: should women be more scared?
I don't think women should be more. I don't think women should be more scared. I think they should just be more aware of their surroundings, just be more aware of the people that they're around, the environment that they're in. Like you said, the woman couldn't help that she had to go to her route and work, but she could help where she sat on that bus. She was oblivious to the whole thing. Actually, I watched the morning show this morning, so I already seen both of those clips. And realistically, like the lady wasn't aware of anything. She couldn't even hear if somebody was screaming fire. She listening to Adele or something. Like you got to be more aware of what you're doing and where you're out, where you are. If you're getting on public transportation, you have to know that there's going to be some people that's on public transportation they probably ain't no good for you to be around them. So you probably want to stay away from them. That's what it's really boiled down to, in my opinion.
So you want her to stay away. What about the other people? The other scenario. That guy attacked 3 other people. Did y'all hear that part?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't speaking about that. I wasn't speaking about that particular one because I was addressing what Carmen just said. But as far as the guy in Chicago, man, like I said, I watched the morning show, so I'm kind of like I already kind of soaked in what Anton said about it, and I 100% agree, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, first and foremost, that man shouldn't even be allowed to be out on the street roaming like that. Like, he'd been arrested 20 times prior to this incident even happening, and
I know.
So like that's or 14 times. I'm sorry, I misquoted the number, but plenty of times he's been arrested plenty of times for the same action. Whatever happened to the 3-strike rule? Now, I can't say that those people wasn't in the right place at the right time, or they just had to be aware of the surroundings. But I would say, I mean, like Anton did say again, they both look alike. So it's a situation where if you see a person that kind of resembles a person that you might want to look out for that.
So should we be scared? So should women look out more for black men? Is that what we're saying?
No, that's
not necessarily the black man, but a black man that carries himself a certain way for sure.
Wait, what's a certain type of way? Like,
I mean,
one had long dreads, so we say dreads. Is that what we're saying?
Looking crazy.
See, I myself have dreads or locks, and I understand the bias or the stereotype that comes with that. So
that's why.
I personally understand the stereotype that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm also a 6'4" male, so I also understand the stereotype that comes with that. So with everything, there comes a stereotype that we have to understand that, like, yeah, you got to kind of be aware of it. You can't just cast a stone and say, yeah, that person is that. You can't say that for sure, but you can have that idea. And until that person proves you otherwise, you have to put whatever guard you have to put up.
I think we always stereotype. I think everybody to some degree stereotype.
And then it's just the facts. You feel me? Like that's really what it is. That's how you sum it up. That's all how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day, bro. Like, we have to accept the stereotype for what it is, and either you're gonna fall into that box, or you will prove the people wrong. But if you're gonna prove the people wrong, you can't worry about that box, because if you're worrying about that box, that's how you stay stuck in that same mindset. You stay stuck in that same victim mindset, that same trap. Whereas I got pulled over because I'm black, and now I gotta be aggressive and extra aggressive because, like, why you bothering me, nigga? Like, why you pull me over for? Because I'm black, because I got dreads, because I got tattoos, because I'm right here in this neighborhood. Like, no, I mean, understand? Okay, shit, yeah, I know I'm black. Shit, I know I'm 6'4". Shit, I know I got tattoos. I know I got dreadlocks. I decided to have all of these things that work against me, so I can't be upset when, hey, this person, they cross the street when they walk past me, or they clutch their purse a little bit extra when they walk. I can't be mad at that, but I do expect that's what you should be doing. You should do that. You should. Why not? I can't tell you, oh, this person racist. No, I say, shit, that person probably smart. Now, on the other side of that, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, I see myself, you see me walking down the street with a business suit on and I got my dreadlocks. Okay, now if you still clutching your purse and going across the street, hey, hey, my appearance don't give off that image, but hey, I might resemble like the lady that got punched in the face. She said she'll never forget that face. So I assume, in my opinion, that anybody that resembles that face, she'll be scared of. Now, not saying that I look like anything like any of those guys, but at the end of the day, we do got to acknowledge shit. A lot of white folks say black folks look alike. Black folks say white folks look alike. Let's just call it what it is, man. Let's just keep it a band. We not gonna sugarcoat it. We not gonna fake the funk. So at the end of the day, shit, if she see that a lot of motherfucking dudes that's black, they got dreadlocks. No matter what's going on down here, no matter how they speak to you, no matter, she had her bad experience. It's no different than the girl that say she not dealing with this type of dude. She don't want to deal with a Capricorn no more. She don't like Leos. All Leos, all Capricorns, whatever is Sagittarius. They ain't all the same. But because she had that bad experience with that one group, she might not fuck with them. Is that bad? Is that a problem? Nah, that's life. We gotta accept that how it is. We can't keep on. Yeah, it'd be different, man. It just be different. Anyways, let's get back into this.
I live in a city where I'm gonna say black guys, because it's mostly the young black guys for sure. Their aesthetic is black clothes, black skinny jeans with a black hoodie in the summertime with a ski mask on. This just happened to me on Sunday. I was out with my boyfriend. We were driving and he had got out of the car really fast. And I'm over here looking around because when he gets out of the car, I'm kind of like the one really looking around as well. Like, that's just what I do. So he's out, my boyfriend's standing outside of the car and I'm looking behind him and I see this young dude with that exact outfit on walking kind of behind him. He looks over at us and I say, yeah, I think it's time to go. And he's like, because he's confused. He's like, why? And I say, it's time to go. And so when he gets in the car, I tell him like, that's profiling, but I think it's necessary. Do I know if the young dude was up to no good? No, but can I kind of assume that you wearing a hoodie in the summertime when it's hot outside in Atlanta, Georgia with a black ski mask on? Yeah, I'm just going to always be alert. So even if I'd rather be safe than sorry. So scared, no. Alert, yes. Like that's just my.
Last time I checked, that wasn't just for YNs or black men to wear. Like, I feel like
so I 100% understand where Brittany coming from, and I think that that's how people should carry things out. Like, I think that's how women should definitely carry. Again, addressing the question, should women be on alert of attacks from men? I think that's how women should move in general. Like, hey, I see a situation that looks like it might be a problem, and to avoid that problem, I think I should deter my route. I need to go this way. Let's go ahead and get in the house. Let's go ahead and get away from this before anything happens. And that's legitimately how you have to move in life. When I'm walking, if I'm walking, I'm not just gonna think that it's sweet for me to walk down St. Clair and 93rd with both headphones or my headphones on, listening to the Lil Durk album, and think that, hey, I'm an out of towner, shit sweet. It's not like that. You can't live. It's sad that you have to say you can't live life that way. But in this world where we have all of these freedoms to be able to do all of these things that we're able to do, you have to live life more alert and more on tilt. Like, you can't just be so oblivious to life. You can't just walk around in the cloud. You can't. And if a motherfucker is wearing the uniform, it's just like we say the good girls is hard to find because they wearing the whole uniform. Well, it's the same thing. It's a good guy that might be wearing the YN uniform. Again, like I say, if the shoe fits, you have to wear it, but you have to wear it with confidence. You have to know, hey, look, I understand I'm carrying this appeal, and I understand how people gonna look at me. I mean, I don't think I can say it no clearer. For sure, I don't think I can.
making statements based on. I'm a little bit confused because I didn't know like wearing hoodies and skinny jeans was just something only young black people.
Summertime.
No, it's a certain way.
It's a
specific. Yeah, you gotta understand.
In Atlanta,
it's not just saying that specific jean.
Like in Atlanta, it's literally that's like a thing. Like, I don't know, it might be everywhere, it might be different nationalities, cool. But in Atlanta, that's a known thing. My friend has a son who's 18 years old, and I remember him trying to go out of the house with that exact aesthetic in the summertime on.
I'm gonna keep it a band with you. If you, man, look, hold up, because if I see anybody wearing skinny jeans with the hoodie, the hood up, especially don't let me the hood up with a mask on their face, Man, I'm automatically on guard, bro. I'm not thinking that they on good time. Bro, if it ain't like 20 degrees outside or in 20 degrees, you got a hoodie on, you kind of crazy anyway. Like I'm thinking you better have you better have one of them North Faces on or something. But you in the summertime with your hood up in a shiesty on, skinny jeans, and we knowing what's, come on, man. Like, come on, man. What are you asking? Why don't Jess, come on, why you don't understand? I know you understand, Jess. I know you done seen some dudes outside in the block with some skinny jeans, with the hoodie on, hood up, with the shiesty on. It's like 95 degrees. You like, well, I know he hot, but you know he on demon time, baby. He on demon time. He don't mean nobody no good. He think he plotting. He's scheming. He don't want nobody to know what he look like, because why? Why is he concealing his face? We got it. We got to be smart now. We can't be dumb.
I had to tell him, like, you're gonna get profiled. That's almost like you're asking to get profiled. Like, don't wear that. First of all, second of all, why do you have on a ski mask when there's no snow here? Like, come on now. Like, I'm not saying it's
so only black people profiled,
huh?
Or everybody gets profiled.
Wait. When did this become a black thing?
Because we're making it about black men.
No, it just so happened to be black men that attacked the women that was on the train. It's not that we're making it about them. That's who attacked them.
But I have a question. That was part of the question, though. I want to say that maybe Q asked, should we fear black men?
No, the question is at the bottom. It ain't say nothing about black men.
I think I said black men.
I didn't get that. I thought the question was, as a woman, should you be more overly cautious?
But see, this just tells you
versus as a man. So that's what I thought.
Nope, this just automatically tells you where her mind is at. Is that, first of all, it automatically goes to the Victim Olympics, which we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that in the next question. It automatically go to the Victim Olympics because nobody had asked any question about black men in particular. But it automatically goes to the Victim Olympics. And secondly, what it tells me is that you are inherently scared of black men. In reality, you trying to justify it by saying, oh, we don't want to stereotype, but in reality, your mind automatically went there for a reason. And the real question is, I wonder why.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Anton. I did say black men. That was definitely me.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
so just to clarify it though, gorgeous, like I ain't gonna fake, because it's white dudes that dress the same way, and I say the same thing about them. I'm gonna say the same thing.
Wait, but I have a question though. When we see these incidents happening, let's just be honest. What race of men are doing these incidents?
All races.
We're seeing overwhelmingly black men do it.
All right, so yeah, we gon' I want to jump in now. Hold up, because Ty said it. Ty said all men. He said all men, and we can agree that all men have partaken in some form of this incident. However, we have to acknowledge there are certain crimes so I could tell you a story about a crime that just happened, and you automatically put a color to that crime, because typically that color of people or that race of people are generally the ones that make that crime. They are generally the ones that do that type of thing. Now, there are some crimes where it's like, oh man, you couldn't really say who did it. So say, for instance, a bank robbery. That could be white or black. Like that's kind of but like a man killed a man offs his family and himself. We associate that with a certain thing. A man walks into a school and offs people. We associate that with a certain person. A person goes down the street and shoots up a house. we associate that with a certain person. So at the end of the day, yes, all people can and will commit certain crimes. However, generally there is more of a certain race of people that do other crimes. You don't really hear about Mike and Frank hopping in the car and doing a drive-by, but you will hear about Pookie and Jay doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not Jay, me, not me. I don't do that. I don't partake. Me no partake. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we do have to associate. We do associate certain crimes with certain people. A child abduction is associated with a certain person, a certain look. I mean, that's profile the crime, not profile the person. There are instances where a person walk down the street and they be like, "Dang, buddy, look like he might be one of them ones." But at the end of the day, most times you don't walk up to a person and be like, "Oh yeah, I can see it in your eyes, boy. You one of them ones." We can't. And we don't really do that too much, but we do that backwards, in a backwards way, where it goes from crime to color instead of color to crime. However, Black people do get more color to crime. I mean, obviously, when you look at certain Black people, you like, oh yeah, but you don't look at a white guy and be like, oh yeah, I think he's the type that robs banks. Oh yeah, he looks like he's embezzling funds from the company right now. Like, we don't really do it that way for sure.
I've seen white men do that. I definitely seen white men doing that.
White man doing it a little different.
I've been seeing white men do that.
I mean, I just feel like if we can say like white men are typically the ones that, I don't know if we can say shooter schools, but if we can say they do that, why can't we say it's kind of obvious that Black men might do certain things? Not all. It doesn't have to mean all, but you know what a stereotype. We have stereotypes for a reason. Like, stereotypes are a thing for a reason. So we can.
Well, let's not focus on that yet, because we're gonna get to that on the next question. But I guess the thing is, just from a woman and a man perspective, are women justified in feeling a level and experiencing a level of fear because, you know, they fear that men will attack them or hurt them in these type of environments or situations?
Also, I think fear is I don't think fear is the right word to use realistically. Fear creates a certain stigma. So like, I'm scared of spiders. I'm not going around them motherfuckers. So if I'm scared of men, anytime a man approaches me, I'm automatically on guard. Like and I think that causes that will create a bad society. Things will go real bad in a society that allows for women to be scared of men. I really think that that's the wrong term to use. Fear, terrible term to use in this situation.
I would say yes. I think it's something that's very unfortunate, but women have to deal with catcalling on the daily. Women have to deal with being sexually harassed. Women have to deal with just overall fear. A lot of men are a lot stronger than women. And then going out, you could turn a man down. He'll shoot you. He'll beat you up. You could be walking by. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons to fear men in general. And then oftentimes I've realized a lot of men don't take no for an answer. They don't. So is that not a valid reason to live in fear? I'm not saying live in fear, and I definitely think you need to be alert. But yes, I do think that it is fair to have a certain level of fear when going out the house, especially if you're a woman who's pretty attractive. You have it even double, in my opinion.
I partially agree with Jazz. I think that women should be overly cautious because, yes, we do get catcalled, we do get overly, yes, but is that a reason to just fear men in general? No, because we all have a father, a brother, whoever, who is the male species, and it's not that. But yes, I do agree with the fact that as a female, you should be overly aware of your surrounding, but don't hate men for it. somebody did something bad to you, just happened to be male. That doesn't give you an excuse to hate on men, which I don't think that's what Jess was saying. I'm just saying that we should be overly cautious. Yes.
All I
What does
know
that look
is
like?
my
Though? Like, what
Bible
does that
says.
actually mean?
What does what look like? I'm sorry, what?
What does overcautious mean? Like, how does that manifest in the real world?
Overly cautious, as in, for example, you go into the parking lot, whatever. You leave your car in the parking lot, right? Instead of you being on your phone as a woman, you kind of be around your surroundings. You might want to carry your keys in between your knuckles, just in case somebody pops out and you can, jab them. Something.
And that's the thing that I say. That's one of the instances right there of where I say having fear can cause a bad situation, because out of fear, a man being very honest and innocent can come to you, like maybe trying to get directions, or maybe even just trying to start a conversation because he's interested in you. And because out of fear, you got this key in your knuckles and you hit him real quick, and now he gushing out the face because you done hit him with a key. You scared. You can't, you're not wrong because you're scared. You're not, seeing that's the problem. You're not wrong because you're scared, but you shouldn't have to be scared. You just should be more alert and more able to read the situation. Got to be more aware. Can't
like that. Something simple as that. So yes, I do think as a woman, you should be overly cautious. Do not park your car in an alley, or do not walk by yourself in an alley. Don't run at dark. It's just like that.
I'm kind of confused, right? I'm kind of confused because let's just say, for example, you go into a parking garage and you're super aware or whatever, and you see, I'm gonna say Jay because he got dreads. You see Jay inside of the parking garage. Inside of the parking garage, right? As aware as you are, what makes you think that you can stop him from doing anything to you that he want to do to you in the first place?
Fact. So is that not a valid reason to have some fear that answers the question you asked?
No, I'm asking her a question. I'm asking all of y'all a question. When it comes to being situationally aware, does that change anything as far as?
It changes everything if you're aware that I'm there. If you're aware that I'm there, okay. If you run and I chase you down, hey, I mean, in that to that point, yes, you're right. However, if you're aware that I'm there, then maybe you might have your pepper spray, and if you see that I'm coming your direction and you got it already on guard, you already got it on clutch, until you assess the situation and see that Jay isn't the bad guy. Jay is a good guy. Jay don't cause you no harm. Jay don't want you no ill intent. Jay wants to see you off well. However, unless you're not aware, like if you're not aware and Jay is in the parking garage and Jay happens to see you as that vulnerable sweet victim, then Jay decides to creep up on you and do whatever he does, then hey, that was, again, it goes back to because you wasn't aware. If you was aware, Jay wouldn't have been able to creep up on you. You was able to get away. You was able to have your phone ready to hit that 911 button. You was ready to have your phone. You was already had the pepper spray ready. You had your key tucked ready to cock it if Jay ran up on you. So yeah, in a sense, you can stop it. You can stop it. And I think Tamara said something about self-defense class, but all of these things come into one. You can't be scared though, because if you're scared and Jay ain't got causing no bitch ass harm, then that's where you got those people that automatically call the police and say, hey, there's a suspicious man in the garage. I'm scared of my life. I'm scared for my life. And now Jay gotta go to jail because of a woman being scared instead of just reading the situation and just being more alert and understanding of the situation that's at hand. I hope that makes sense. I hope that ain't go over nobody's head.
whatever want to be happening to you is gonna happen to you. The ladies that got punched in Chicago, they got punched walking down the street downtown in the daytime. No alley, no nothing. The lady that just got on the train, the Ukrainian refugee that was just on the train, she was on the train with 20 other people on there. Wasn't by herself, wasn't late at night, wasn't in a dark alley. So I guess what I'm saying, what I'm asking is, does it make a difference? Do you just, because I believe that most people want to feel a certain type of way, doesn't necessarily mean
actually, and just to speak on it even more, the whole point is, because I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he says this. I think Anton says this. The people that typically get attacked are the people that's more vulnerable. Do you think you're vulnerable if you're aware and alert and you on guard? You can't be vulnerable at that stage, right? I would say that you are the least vulnerable if you are always checking out your surroundings, who around, what you doing, making sure you good. Got you. I done walked through so many different hoods, and I haven't had to have no issues. You know why? Because I'm alert. I'm on the swivel. I've been by myself. Vulnerable. That's vulnerable. By yourself walking through anybody's hood, that's vulnerable. But I'm always aware of what's going on. I had one incident that happened in Baltimore. One. I'm 35. I never allowed nothing like that to happen again. Why? Because I became more alert of what the hell going on. If I see a crowd of people that I know look like they on some trash, all right, look, I'm about to go ahead and take the longer route, or I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Or if I got something I can protect myself, all right, well, let me make sure I'm ready. Because at the end of the day, I'm not never allowing myself to be put in harm's way. And that's what it all boils down to. If you're more alert and you're paying more attention, you're not vulnerable. If you're vulnerable, that means you wasn't paying attention. You're vulnerable to attack.
Mean that they are whatever it is. You want to feel safe, don't mean that you are. We don't want to stereotype, but it don't mean that you don't have a sense of fear when you see a group of people that's walking down the street that you know seems like that they up to no trouble. They haven't did anything yet, but it don't mean that you're not going to start being a little bit more careful. Jess is saying don't stereotype, but then at the same time, y'all saying be situationally aware. How can you be situationally aware of what's going to happen to you possibly if you don't stereotype?
You have to stereotype.
I'm a stereotype.
It's impossible, honestly.
I stereotype. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was asking, how can you not profile and still be situationally aware? That's a part of what profiling is, I thought.
I think because people are living on the internet instead of reality. They've been told that by judging people or looking at a situation and thinking of it factual, that they're evil or racist or sellouts or whatever. So I think people are just caught up in the internet, but you can't get stabbed on the internet. So people step out in the real world and they say they're self-aware and all these other things, but they're living in their phone, they're living on the internet, and they don't know how to carry themselves or conduct themselves. I don't want to make it about sex and all the other stuff, but I would ask, where were their husbands or where were their men in those situations to protect them? Why were they walking alone? If you know the crime rates, if you know these areas, why do you have your lady out there walking alone by herself? Why aren't you giving her a ride? Why is she in that position?
In the daytime?
In the daytime. It's just
Is a man supposed to be with his wife 24/7? What if I want to go to Target or Lululemon?
No, but what about
or
women
go get
who are
some
just
tampons?
generally and single? So if you're not married or have a man, if you're a single woman out here, you can't go out. You can't go out your house because.
So I feel I understand where Fitz is coming from in that situation. However, in real time, that's not always feasible. Realistically, you don't really have the capacity to always be able to be there to protect and provide that type of security blanket for your woman. I mean, not everybody, I should say. I think if you have life set up a certain way, you can protect her to a certain degree, such as, I mean, maybe if she's a stay-at-home mom, for sure, You can maybe put safeguards at the house where there's certain security apertures and all of these things, and that's therefore. But at the end of the day, as a man, you have to be out in the world, and you have to kind of be busy working and building and constantly bringing resources back to the home. So I don't think that it's really realistic in today's society with the amount of women that have to go out into the world, just like a man has to go out into the world. So I think it's more so a situation of the man that she's with or the men that she's been with have teaching her or taught her ways to read situations or to keep herself protected. And it also it plays a part on the woman to be more accepting of that insight, because I'm pretty sure at some point in life a man has told women or a woman what signs to look for when dudes is on some trash, or you see it day to day. But a lot of times it's just like people just oblivious. People are oblivious, like Fitz did say in the beginning, where people are so stuck in la la land, they stuck to the zombie phone that you kind of just oblivious to real world shit. And that's what it kind of boils down to, for real.
Even married women, they're not always
that's
with their
crazy. No.
I mean,
you don't have one, so single women can go out.
That's being self-aware. That's being self-aware. If you know you don't have a man to protect you, why do you want to go out?
Women should minimize their screen time when they're out in the world, right? She got attacked because one, she wasn't situationally aware, and then her head was in her phone. I'm pretty sure those women who got. I'm pretty sure those women who got
Chicago though.
I'm pretty sure the woman who got punched was in their phone too, walking. I see.
She was sitting in front of him though, so even
she
if
did
she was
anything wrong.
looking up, she still would have got stabbed. He was behind of her.
Yeah, she didn't get attacked because she was doing anything wrong. Listen, it could only be one person in the back.
And I think
It
there was
could only
somebody
be
already
one
there.
person in the back. Everybody else got to be in the front of the person that's in the back.
Yeah.
So I don't know what y'all like. Come on, man. Y'all can't say that she got attacked because she did anything wrong. That's not normal. You're not supposed to get stabbed on the fucking in your neck.
It's
on the
not
tree.
normal, but some people can be at the wrong place at the wrong
Like
time.
there are places that you go in the world that has zero crime. You can leave your car unlocked. All of this stuff. We've been conditioned to believe this because we've normalized what motherfuckers is doing that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is not. This ain't normal. Like
to
people
hang
should
out
be
in hoods.
able to
That's the
walk
problem.
around. People should be able to walk around and not get fucking killed.
So if she would have sat in the back of the bus, do you think she would have had the same outcome?
Probably.
She could have.
That
He
nigga had
looked
a
like
knife on for a reason. That nigga, did you see it? Like he just,
Yeah, I saw it.
he just opened up the knife and just started stabbing. That's it.
I think it could have been anybody. It could have been, I think, someone sitting in that, because the way she got on, it was like that.
That's where I think it's wrong at. I think that's where I think he's wrong at. I do not believe that if she sat in the back of the bus, it would have been her that would have somebody. I think I do say this later on. Somebody would have been attacked, maybe, but not her, because she would have been in the back, which meant that okay, if she's sitting in the back, that means that the dude would have had to get up, walk towards her, and then do the attack. But he attacked her from behind, which that's in profiling, that's its own thing. Like that's its own situation where a person stabs you from behind opposed to stabbing you from the front. That I just kind of disagree with that sentiment, but I do believe that somebody might have gotten attacked. Maybe not though. Maybe he wouldn't have attacked anybody, because maybe somebody, if everybody would have been on the same reading of what we saw when we watched the video, like, hey, nah, buddy, kind of look. No, let me go sit up here. Let me sit over here on this side of the bus. I do it all the time when I get on the bus. I see a mug. I'm like, nah, buddy. I ain't gonna sit beside you. Look throw, boy. You walking down the street, you see somebody. Nah, dog, I ain't even about to walk past you. You might walk past this man. He starts slicing. If you're not situationally aware, you're not gonna see that.
that was the first available seat, so she just sat down. I think that could have been a man who sat down, and I think the outcome would have probably still been the same thing. I think something was just off with him. I don't know if it was because it was a woman, because I don't know if you guys could see, but sitting across from him, I think it was a black woman sitting across from him. I think it was who sat in front of him, whoever it would have been. I think that was the issue. Clearly something was off with him. I don't think women should be afraid walking around every day. I think we've always should have been on alert. I think we always should be on alert. I think even if you have covering, have a husband, have a man, I think that they can't be with you 24/7. That other lady was going to work. I'm sure her husband or her man, if she had one, was probably at work. So I think they said in the video, the girl getting on the bus was coming from work. So you got to get around. No one can be around you 24/7. Exactly. But I just simply think that it was because something was off with the guy. She sat down at the first available seat, and whoever sat there, I think he was going to do what he wanted to do. That's just what I think.
From what the guy's mother said, he was schizophrenic. So he had some mental health issues that were going on.
But
I'm not justifying his actions by any means, but his mother did come out and say that.
Like, I'm tired of everybody having ADHD. I'm tired of everybody all of a sudden getting schizophrenic. Everybody
first watched the video.
We used to just say that he had the devil in him. That's what my grandma was saying.
Hey, I agree.
So when you watched the video the first time, did you not see they zoomed in on him in the bus? He was talking to us, so he looked like he was like going through something crazy. So I don't know. He might have had a mental disorder. But yeah, he
he clearly had a demonic spirit in him, but I'm just saying what his mother, or he was just a killer.
So to go back to what our point was, though, if she got on that bus and looked around at everybody on that bus and seen him over there slumped like that, do we think she would have sat in front of him?
No, bro, think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying, bro.
Being alert.
Let's really put it in perspective, because we really not taking this into consideration. Trump said this the other day, and it went over everybody's head because they so busy trying to protest, and they don't even know what they protest. He said, bro, in some of these war-torn countries and stuff like that, when you look at the murder rate and you look at the culture and you look at how things are going, you're safer in some of these places than you are in some of our major cities and some of these urban cores. And that's the truth, because...
So I have a theory behind that. Actually, I do believe that's a possible that is a possible truth. I want to look into that though, because I do want to actually stay. I don't want to just go off of Trump's. Although I do say Trump the greatest president we ever had, I don't want to just go off of everything that man say. So I'm gonna have to look into that. But I would say the reason why that could be the situation would most likely be because there's harsher penalties in other countries. Like if you steal a piece of fruit from another country, they will chop your damn fingers off. We don't do that. We just throw you in jail for a couple months and you come back out. You getting street cred now. Like in other countries, nah, nigga, you losing phalanges and limbs and shit. Like nobody's trying to do that. So if you go and murder somebody, or if you go rape somebody, the penalty is so harsh. People ain't trying to live that way. And that is one thing that I do say I think is the issue with America, is that we are too motherfucking free. We have the freedom to do way too many things. And that's a gift and a curse in the same sense, because it's almost like when you go to a restaurant and you have so many options. You look at the menu like, damn, I don't even know what I really want. Meanwhile, when you go to a place like Chick-fil-A, they only got a couple options. Either you getting chicken strips or you gonna get a chicken sandwich. It's real simple. You know what I'm saying? Like you got different varieties of these, but you either gonna get a chicken strip or you're gonna get a chicken sandwich. It ain't no, oh, well, I can get a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, a chicken sandwich, chicken fingers, chicken nuggets, grilled fish, fried fish. You know what I'm saying? Like jalapeno pop. I don't have all these options. Then that's the problem with freedom, and having too much of it is it kind of like muddies the water, where, you know, our freedoms allow us to just continue. Like the dude that just was walking around the street and he punching women in the face. He's whipping 15-year-old girls. He elbowing 15-year-old girls in the face just walking down the street. This man been getting arrested since 2014 because we got so much freedom and all these rights and all these things. Like, and I'm not saying get rid of rights. I'm not saying get rid of freedom. But what I am saying is we need to limit some of that shit, because Buddy, like I said, Buddy should have been off the street. Bro, you done knocked out women. You breaking faces, bro. You a whole dude. We already know that's a major crime. You can't beat strange women at that, not women you even know. Yeah.
The girl was a Ukrainian refugee. She came over to America to escape Ukraine and got bludgeoned on a fucking train.
That's terrible.
That's insane, bro.
And her phone.
I mean,
That
there's
is
no
insane.
excuse. We should be safer here in America. There's no excuse for that. And so
Yeah, but we know that
obviously we need
a-
to get things under control.
But first, we already still got to figure out how to deal with this homeless issue, because he looked like he could have been one of them guys that would have been rounded up in
Nah,
DC.
he didn't look homeless.
You
Nah,
think
he
when
looked
he
like
was, he did look homeless to me.
He looked like he
His
was
hair
homeless.
was
He like he
matted
been
up.
sleep on that bus.
Y'all
What
are
else to be
really
honest?
making excuses.
I'm not
Bro,
making
He needs to be in
excuses.
jail.
It's
They said
homeless.
he,
No, it's no
he
excuse
was
for what
arrested
he
a couple
did.
of
Because
times.
you're homeless does not justify doing fucking killing people.
It's not
Exactly.
excusing what he did. It's saying that, well, if she would have been more situated. So the question is,
There's
should
no
women be
issue
alert
with
of
it.
attack? The question
No,
is,
I
should
think-
women be more on alert? So if she was more on alert, maybe this would have had happened a completely
They
different way.
couldn't
Yes,
help her
he could have. He
situation.
would have done this to somebody else, in which we can talk about that. But the question is, should women be on alert of attacks from men? She was not alert of what she was stepping into. She was not alert where she sat down on the bus, and this is the outcome of it happening. I'm not excusing him for doing that, and I'm not absolving her of anything. I'm not saying she's wrong for that. I'm just saying, yes, the question is this. So we're answering, people need to be more alert. Yes, you need to stereotype people. Yes, you need to profile people. If she would have done these things, she probably would have sat in the front or somewhere else, not in front of that man.
To answer
Case
your question,
closed.
yes, I do think
Case
that
closed.
women in
Case closed. The answer is right there. Should women be on alert from attacks on men? Yes, women should be alert from attacks on men. Why, you ask? Well, I would say if she was more alert, if we watch that video right now, you would see this girl just stepping on the train just like this. And she sits down just like this. Where was she alert at? She ain't even see that she was. Obviously, the cat's bus ride or whatever is free. You don't got to pay for it, so you could just go in and sit down. But when did we ever see her eyeballs? We ain't even see her eyeballs. We ain't see her look up not one time. I don't even know how she saw the seat. She ain't look up not one time. So the question is, should women be alert? Yes, women need to be alert. If she was alert, she wouldn't have sat in front of this motherfucker. I assure you of that. I know that for a fact, because if I was on that motherfucker, I wouldn't have sat in front of that nigga. Me personally. So we gotta accept it. That's the answer. Case closed, bro. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. This is the J Just the Facts show, and my point is sealed. But anyway, let's get back into this. I think I got a little bit more time because I'm about to be getting up out of here. I gotta head to work. You know, I gotta get my real monies, my other monies, my monies from my job, my payroll monies, my W-2 tax pay people monies. Yeah, I gotta get my money.
girl should be more alert. Now, what happened in this situation, it could have happened to anybody, regardless she's a female or a male. So to answer your question, should women be more careful? Absolutely. Yes.
I think it happened to her because she's not from America.
But because this person, it could have happened to anyone. People,
No, it doesn't.
You
I'm
think
gonna
it
tell you
happened to
this.
anyone?
I'm gonna tell you this.
What
Usually
crime-
attacks happen on the most vulnerable, and that's just
Mic drop. Mic drop. He just proved my point. You proving my point, Tom. You proved my point, baby. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is vulnerability? Vulnerability is you not being aware, not being alert, not having people around you, not having just you just there. You're just look weak now. Man, it could be a big old muscular dude. It could be a big swole dude. If that man got his headphones on and he's sitting here with his phone, you can do whatever you want to that man because why? He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable right now. He's not paying attention. He's not alert. If he had a gun on him, you could take it out of his pocket. If he had his girl with him, you could grab her up and take her with you. And he'll be what the what? And now he's into it. Now he can come do whatever he got to do. But at the end of the day, if you aren't paying attention, you're vulnerable. You just proved my point. Thank you. If you're vulnerable, that means you weren't paying attention. Attacks happen to people who are not paying attention, who are most vulnerable.
It's a fact.
It's
less likely. Listen, that guy, the second video where the guy was punching out chicks, I think he's already punched out like over 15 different women, like over the years. He's not targeting men. He's not targeting guys. He's not guys that wind up getting caught up in a situation. Usually, most instances, it's somebody that you know or victim of circumstance, somebody trying to, you know what I'm saying, breaking your car, whatever, right? It's a clash, but men inherently understand that if you are going at another man, it is a strong possibility that it may not go your way, or you may get injured or hurt you know what I'm saying, as a result of it. Usually crime is a crime of opportunity. And when women are, and it's just the facts, women are
opportunity is only presented if a person isn't paying attention. Got to be more alert.
Are bigger targets. Younger people are bigger targets. Children are bigger targets. People
all of these people are people that's oblivious to what goes on in real life. They have to be more alert.
That do heinous crimes like this, it usually does not happen to just men in mass. It doesn't. It usually is women or more vulnerable targets.
And the men that it do happen to, they weren't alert and they look like this. And like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why taking self-defense classes could be helpful for women. But Antoine, I am curious, do you think that this happened because she was a white woman, or do you think that she just happened to be there?
Which video? The first one?
The first video.
Nah, I just think that he a monster.
Mm-hmm. You think there would have been a bigger uproar if it was a black woman?
I think if what, the black woman would have been the one that got attacked?
Mm-hmm. The one that died.
Because it was a black man. If it was a white man and it was a black woman, then it would have been a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Anything that a white person does, even if it's not race related, it could be gender related. It could be because you're just a vulnerable person. That's automatically going to translate into, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. We all know what it is. It's going to be.
So are we saying just because we are women are automatically the most vulnerable person? Women and kids.
You are.
We are. So we're vulnerable just by being a woman, which I agree with. But one of them was a punch. The other one was a stab.
But one of them was a punch where he punched her lights out and put her in the hospital. And it's not the first person. And he's been arrested like 15 times. And he keep getting out. Like, I don't know what kind of target y'all want to make yourselves, but
so embarrassing. This is so fucking embarrassing. I don't know what the fuck.
What is going on over there?
I removed her. I don't think she knew she was off mic.
Oh shit. Anyways, aside from shit being fucking embarrassing, I mean that's some real shit. Sometimes it do get embarrassing. But, life be embarrassing sometimes. But no, I do think that women, I don't know. I think y'all should be a lot more afraid of what's happening out here. I do.
I mean, we are the.
I know that y'all don't want to be. I know that everybody, I am woman, hear me roar. I know all of that shit, but I think that y'all should be afraid, honestly.
I mean, we are the weaker vessel. So I can see your point there. I just try not to live my life in fear because I know that God hasn't given me the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. But awareness and definitely being prepared is important because I went to DC back in January for Trump's inauguration celebrations. I hate that I didn't get to see you there, Anton, because I wanted to meet you. First of all, I love your show. Thank you. We actually have a mutual friend, April Chapman, by the way.
On that note, actually, I'm gonna end this right here, right? And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the rest of these. I'm gonna do the rest of this later. But in the meantime, in between time, feel free to go on the Anton Daniel show and watch the full stream. But I will finish this reaction later. I'm gonna finish this reaction later. Y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check out my future videos. Hit that bell notification. Just Effects merch coming real soon. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. It's free. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no paywall. I ain't asking for no bread. I ain't doing none of that. But tune in. It's been love. It's your boy Jay. We out.